Sancho, Antony, and Lammens dominate the Man United transfer deadline day. There's a lot of news about them in the morning, just early in the morning. Antony to Real Betis was confirmed as a here we go, 25 million euros plus a 50% sell-on clause. That in any future sale there'll be a 50% sell-on clause for Man United. It's a good deal that we finally are able to get him out. Man United don't have to pay any other extra payments to Antony in terms of the severance page that he wanted and that had caused this deal to backfire. But Betis came in back for him and they have signed him, so that's good news. The other thing that we are getting today to hear is about Jordan Sancho. We have had a part of these four players, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, and Antony, and Malaysia were part of the bomb squad. They are the squad that had been put aside that they wouldn't train with the first team and they would not be part of the first team. So it's good to know that we have gotten rid of most of them. According to Fabrizio, it's a breaking news. Jadon Sancho to Aston Villa. Here we go. A deal in place on initial loan from Manchester United. Green light from United and deal being sealed with formal steps to follow. Next, Sancho will join Aston Villa. So that is going to be one of the good news of today. I think Aston Villa will be paying 80% of his salary. It's on loan, but it appears that Man United have activated the 1 year extension. According to reports, the 1 year extension might have been activated, so it's an initial loan. That's why it reads as an initial loan because they'll be able to pay 80% of his salary and a small fee. So they have him for a season before we try to sell him again next summer. I would have preferred if we completed this signing without not necessarily going back to it again. It's been 3 summers of trying to sell Sancho, and it always a very tough thing to get because he's not interested in going. He just wants to have a severance package. So it always goes to the last day of the window. We would have avoided this, but according to Man United, if they have decided that's the right way, then as fans we just have to be happy that we don't have to deal with him this season. The big news of today is that Sen Lammens to Man United is confirmed. According to David Ornstein, in an exclusive, Manchester United reached total agreement with Royal Antwerp to sign Sen Lammens deal for 23-year-old Royal Antwerp goalkeeper worth 21 million euros plus add-ons. There is no sell-on, and he signs on 5 year deal. He's flying in to complete his move on deadline day, so that is going to be one of the interesting things. We have had a very big goalkeeping problem beginning the first 3 games of the season. 4 if you count the Carabao Cup. We had a problem with the goalkeeper in the first game against Arsenal. We had a problem in the game with the goalkeeper in the second game against Fulham. Against Grimsby, Onana came in. He was also not. He made mistakes that took us out of that cup. And against Burnley, one of the goals was a goalkeeping error. So we are hoping that goalkeeping was going to be one of the areas that we were going to strengthen, and it was either going to be between Sen Lammens and Dibu Martinez. Man United were quoted a higher fee than they were willing to pay, so they kept their options open. They went to Aston Villa and inquired about the Dibu Martinez deal, so they were going to be balancing the Dibu Martinez and Sen Lammens deal. Whichever club accepted a deal that was acceptable to Man United were going to go with that club. So it appears that Royal Antwerp have finally decided to accept the terms of Man United. It's a bargain at 18 million pounds. It's a bargain to get a player like Sen Lammens in terms of the potential that he has, and he has been touted as a very good goalkeeper who will probably be the mold of Thibaut Courtois, who is in Real Madrid. So it's going to be a very good transfer for Man United. It's still an unknown because you don't know how he'll adapt to the Premier League or how he'll adapt to the pressure of Man United. The pressure at Man United has always been very, very unkind to my goalkeepers. Goalkeepers operate on confidence, and every single mistake is overanalyzed in the media. So he's a young man, and you don't know how he can handle that pressure. But I hope the club can protect him. The fans can also protect him because it's a long project. We should be allowed to make a few gaffes here and there. So you just understand that he's still learning his trade, but we hope he has better goalkeeping qualities than the two we have because the mistakes that are being made are too many. We can't be making 1 or 2 mistakes a game. It will cost us the season. So we hope with Lammens he can live up to his potential and hopefully be the kind of goalkeeper like the likes of Van der Sar, Schmeichel, and De Gea, who served the club well. So he's another young one. He'll continue to learn his trade, and hopefully Man United have made the right decision between Emi Martinez and Sen Lammens. They have gone for the younger goalkeeper who has higher ceiling and probably potential for over long term. We will see how that continues to develop. In other news that are unrelated to Man United transfer news, there is a story about Ten Hag. There's an exclusive from Fabrizio Romano that Eric Ten Hag has just been sacked by Leverkusen. Decision made by the club's hierarchy this morning, and manager informed right now. So Ten Hag is out of a job. I don't know what's happening. The former Man United managers, we have Ten Hag, we have Mourinho, and we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer all being sacked within the space of 5 days. So it's an interesting thing that they probably haven't gone on to have better careers than you'd expect after leaving Man United. Obviously, uh, we hope that this time we have signed the right manager who will be able to take us forward. We hope the club can continue backing the manager, because we need the manager to be backed. One of the things that is has been a big problem of all these managers is that when they really wanted their signings, they never got their signings, or the completion of the signings we wanted, it wasn't completed. Right now we are on the case where Ruben Amorim has been talking about a midfielder the whole of the transfer window, and is still yet to get a midfielder. So we continue to see if we can get a midfielder and see how that will go on. It's looking unlikely because we have very few hours remaining to the close of the window, but it seems one of the major moves this day will be that send Lammens to Man United. The outgoings are being completed, so I think we won't be doing any more outgoings, but we need an incoming. Hopefully, if we can complete Lammens and probably even go for a loan for a midfielder, it will be a good for the season, because we can't go into this season without a defensive midfielder who can be relied on. So let's see what it continues to bring, and we'll continue talking about the news as they happen. Have a wonderful time.